What's going on, YouTube? So it's the holiday season, and I wanted to do some ice types. I'm not going to do your typical Delibird run. I honestly hate that Pokemon, but I'm also not going to say that it won't happen or couldn't happen. For today, we're going to be doing Dewgong. Has a pretty balanced stat total. 475 total, 95 special is nice. Its HP and defense stats are good and good enough, but its attack and speed are lacking. What's also lacking is its move pool. Not a lot in terms of coverage, but we do start with Aurora Beam, which will make Brock easy and make quick work of the rival's Bulbasaur as you just saw. Given how water Pokemon tend to perform in these solo runs, I think Dewgong could post a pretty good time. I mean, we've only got one on the channel thus far in Kingler, but I've also done Blastoise, which I'm still working on editing and voicing over. That'll come in 2023. Anyway, why don't we just skip right to the Brock battle? We come here on minimum battles, and we're going to stay on minimum battles up until the SSN. But you're going to see here, Aurora Beam with the crit does big damage to Geodude. And I wonder how much it would have done without that crit. But, I mean, Onix is doing decent damage with Tackle just because we're level 7 and our defense isn't the best, but we get by Brock. And once we get to Mount Moon, we're going to pick up the first TM of the run in TM12 Water Gun. Let's look at Dewgong's moveset again. Can you believe it doesn't learn any water attacks by level up? Huh, strange. Anyway, we're going to make our way to the end and pick up the Superior Fossil and the Dome Fossil. Exit Mount Moon, making some great time in 26 minutes. We're going to head to the Pokemon Center in Cerulean City to heal our poison status. And then we're going to take on Rival 2. The rival, of course, is going to lead with Pidgeotto. And surprisingly, Pidgeotto outspeeds us. Gust doesn't do much, and Aurora Beam, that's doing a lot. We get the attack drop too. But Pidgeotto gets a nice crit with quick attack. Unfortunate, but we might have enough HP to win this one. Abra can't attack us, so Headbutt doesn't quite knock it out, but a second one will. Rattata's next, Aurora Beam, and one-shot, awesome. And Bulbasaur should be a one-shot as well. And not quite, but it goes for Leech Seed instead of Vine Whip, so awesome. We're moving on. And in these solo runs, you know that PP management is a big thing on Nugget Bridge, and I thought this last would give us problems. You'll see we've got low HP and not a lot of PP, but thankfully Aurora Beam is able to one-shot all of her Pokemon, so Dewgong, you're really doing well here. After we beat her and we can help Bill, we're going to take on Misty, who, thanks to her quote-unquote good AI, she'll never use water attacks against us. And you'll see here, Headbutt makes quick work of Staryu, and Starmie, yeah, we're not doing much to it, but it's also not doing much to us, and it's just a battle of who will get the crit first, which is us. Dewgong has been on minimum battles up to this point, but once we get to the SSN here, we're going to battle this one optional trainer who's guarding, you know what it is, TM08 Body Slam. And it's a good thing that Dewgong can learn this, because while Headbutt has been useful, Body Slam is just going to be so much better. And we're going to go ahead and teach Bubble Beam here as well. Since Dewgong can't learn any water attacks by level up, Bubble Beam will hold us over until we get Surf. But let's go ahead and battle Rival 3. And with Aurora Beam on our moveset, we still make quick work of his entire team. Pidgeotto is now a one-shot, which is great. Raticate, Aurora Beam one-shots it too, although I don't know if the crit mattered. Kadabra has terrible defense, and Body Slam one-shots it. I don't think the crit mattered there. Ivysaur, on the other hand, will probably withstand an Aurora Beam. It does, barely, but once again it goes for Leech Seed, and Rival 3, done. And we're gonna go ahead and skip Lieutenant Surge for now because huge type mismatch. Raichu would probably one-shot us with Thunderbolt. We're gonna make our way through Rock Tunnel, and as you see here, the self-destructing hiker that usually gives Pokemon problems, well, we're a water and ice type, and have both a water move and an ice move, so Geodude number 1 and 2, they're no match, and Graveler, yeah, it's also a one-shot. Pretty easy. Dewgong's making great time, just under an hour and 15 minutes exiting Rock Tunnel. Now you might think, well, it's time to go battle Rival 4. But I'm going to change up the route a little bit. I actually want to go to Celadon first. And it's not to battle Erica. It's to do some shopping. Specifically, getting the fresh water at the top of the department store and exchanging it for TM13 Ice Beam. And with Ice Beam in hand, we're going to make our way to the Rocket Game Corner, battle our way through here, and then take on Giovanni. Which, if you thought Giovanni was going to be a challenge, you were dead wrong. 2 rock Pokemon and a Kangaskhan, with Ice Beam now in hand. Well, we use Bubble Beam here on Onix, but it's a one-shot. And we're not going to learn Growl, but there is a level up move we will learn eventually. Bubble Beam also one-shots Rhyhorn. Kangaskhan, I'm going to switch to Ice Beam. It actually outspeeds. Dewgong's speed stat isn't the best, but I was still surprised, and yeah, Giovanni, very easy. With the Sylph Scope now in hand, we're going to go ahead and clear out Pokemon Tower and make our way back to Vermilion to battle Surge, who we should now one-shot all of his Pokemon. At an hour and 45 minutes, I don't know how good of a time Dewgong's really making. I'll know more by the mid-game, but we're 10 levels higher than all of Surge's Pokemon, so this should be a pretty easy battle compared to if we took it earlier in the game. Body Slam, that's going to one-shot Voltorb. It has terrible defense and just terrible stats in general. Pikachu also has terrible defense and terrible stats in general. It's also a one-shot. 10 levels higher than Raichu. Ice Beam, just for same type attack bonus, it holds on and doesn't go for Thunderbolt. So we're able to knock it out. And after beating Surge, we can make our way back to Celadon City, where we can now battle Erica. And I anticipate Ice Beam just wrecking her Pokemon as well. Let's see. Ice Beam, and it one-shots Victory Bell. Crit might have mattered. Victory Bell has great special. Tangela, also a crit, one-shot. And Vileplume, can we get a third crit in a row? We do. For all you math people, let me know in the comments of the chances of that, because with Dewgong's base speed, its crit chance is about 13.67%, but 4 gym badges down, and we can now make our way to Silco. And you know the battle that's coming next. We're going to battle Rival 5. And I'm a little under-leveled for this battle. I'm only level 35, so I actually might lose here, and Dewgong's gonna get its first loss of the run, maybe. But maybe not. Maybe it'll just keep cruising. Let's see. Pidgeot is the lead, of course. It's gonna go for Whirlwind, which does nothing. Ice Beam, and there's a one-shot. Crit might have mattered, but who knows. Gyarados, the Pokemon I'm most worried about, outspeeds, goes for Leer, so it's badge boosting me. It misses another Leer, and Ice Beam, it's not doing too much. It goes for Dragon Rage. I switched to Body Slam to see if that does any more. Retroactive Potion, we still can't knock it out, and another Dragon Rage. That really sucks, but we knock it out here. And we level up. Growlithe is next. We still have Bubble Beam. Maybe I should have went to Fuchsia first to get Surf. We one-shot it. Alakazam, it's definitely going to outspeed us. Thankfully, it only uses Confusion and not Psybeam, but Body Slam can't knock it out. We paralyze it, though, and we can knock it out the next turn. Venusaur's last, and it outspeeds, and Razor Leaf, Auto Crit, yeah. There's our first loss with Dewgong. So, let's try again. Maybe with some better luck, we can win this one. I really don't want to use my rare candies just yet. It's best to save those towards the end of the run when you're getting to the Elite Four, but let's see how this next attempt goes. Pidgeot this time leads with Quick Attack. That doesn't do too much. Ice Beam, and the crit did matter from the last battle, and there's a Sand Attack. What I don't want to see, now Pidgeot gets off an extra Wing Attack and we knock it out. Gyarados is next. It's really annoying because Ice Beam isn't doing too much from the last battle. It opened with a Dragon Rage and that sucks. Bite, and we might not make it past the Gyarados, but it goes for Leer and misses. And another Leer, that badge boosts our other stats, but we miss Ice Beam and it hits another Leer and we knock it out. Alright, well, 29 HP for 3 Pokemon. This isn't looking good. We miss Bubble Beam and Growlithe could actually knock us out if it hits us with one more Ember. It'd be the first time I'd ever lost to the Growlithe, but we knock it out. But, of course, Alakazam outspeeds, and yeah, there's a second loss. So, battling Rival Fivel clearly isn't the best play. Instead, we're going to venture to Cycling Road, make our way to Fuchsia, and we're going to go ahead and go to the Safari Zone and get Surf as well. Upgrade our Water move, and we're going to battle Koga. Maybe this will go better. So, Coughing number 1 comes out, and we outspeed. Surf can't quite one-shot it. Smog is there, it crits, but even a crit Smog doesn't do much. One down. Muck comes out next. Ice Beam, that's doing about a third, and it disables Ice Beam. Great. So we'll switch to Surf. Poison Gas, didn't want to see that, and we're poisoned for the rest of this battle, so this really sucks. Coughing number 2 comes out. Surf once again won't one-shot it. Koga goes for an X attack. Best case scenario, we knock it out. And Wheezing, can we get a lucky freeze? We crit and do big damage, but they're self-destruct, and yeah, there goes the battle. So, that really sucks. We were really close to that, and I'm gonna try again because, with better luck, we could probably win this. As I said before, I don't want to use my rare candies just yet. Hoping we can get by Koga, that way we get a badge that will boost our speed. Surf can't quite one-shot Coughing again, and Smokescreen. Definitely didn't want to see that. We do hit and knock it out though. But I'm worried about missing against Muck, which we do there. Disables Body Slam, Ice Beam hits, and we get a lucky freeze against Muck. Nice. If only we could get that against Wheezing. We're able to knock it out, and we have full HP. Surf against Coughing number 2. It holds on. There's Sludge. It doesn't poison us, thankfully. And we're starting to miss here, but we hit. And once again, we've made it to Wheezing. Ice Beam misses. There's Sludge. Wheezing is a lot stronger than Coughing. It also poisons us. And X attack, alright. Can we freeze it? We miss, and there's self-destruct. So, 2 losses in a row to Koga. At this point, I took a break in the run. And what I did, once I came back from my break, I battled all the trainers in Koga's gym for some extra experience. Sure, it costs us a little bit of in-game time, but the levels will help us out in the long run. Can try number 3 finally be the winning attempt? Let's find out. So Coughing number 1 is going to come out. And hopefully, at level 38 now, Surf can't one-shot it. That's unfortunate. We can knock it out the next turn. We gained a level 39 here, so that's nice. Same level as Muck. Ice Beam is doing half. Koga goes for an X attack, and it barely hangs on and poisons us. Come on. Luck is not on our side. Coughing number 2, it's going to hang on from Surf. And it goes for Sludge, gets a massive crit. So now we only have 78 HP left for Wheezing. Can we get a lucky freeze with Ice Beam? No, and there's self-destruct. So that's 3 losses in a row to Koga. I'm gonna go ahead and try Rival Fivel again. Maybe we'll get better luck with him. Pidgeot is the lead, of course. It still outspeeds, but goes for Whirlwind, and Ice Beam one-shots it now. Alright. Gyarados is next. Ice Beam, that still looks like about a 3 to 4 hit KO. Dragon Rage is what we don't want to see. I'd rather see Leer. Bite is what I also don't want to see. It also gets a crit. That really sucks. 51 HP for the remaining Pokemon. Surf will one-shot Growlithe. Alakazam is next. It outspeeds but goes for a first turn recover, and Body Slam is doing half, but 14 HP left for Venusaur. This isn't good. Ice Beam and Vine Whip, we lose. I leveled up some on the Rockets and Sylph, tried again and lost, so I won't show that attempt. At this point, instead of battling more trainers, I'm going to opt to use some rare candies to try to save on some in-game time. And you'll see that I've learned Rest over Headbutt, which I think could come in handy some. If you've watched any of Scott's Thoughts runs, you know that Rest can be a handy move. Alright, now we're level 45. We outspeed Pidgeot now, and Ice Beam still one-shots. Alright, but how much will it do to Gyarados? The answer? About half. I'll take that. Bite's not doing too much, and yeah, 2-hit KO. We love that. Against Growlithe, I misclick Ice Beam, but it still one-shots it. We've made it to Alakazam, who still outspeeds, but just uses Confusion, and Body Slam almost takes it out. Psybeam I don't want to see, and another Body Slam takes it out. Now, how much will Ice Beam do to Venusaur? The answer? All of its health thanks to a crit. And we are moving on to Giovanni, finally, who is a pushover. I mean, Giovanni in all of these runs, no difficulty. I'm just going to speed by the Nidorino there, who you saw was one-shot with Surf. Kangaskhan is also one-shot with Surf. Rhyhorn, following the pattern, one-shot with Surf. And Nidoqueen, who has a decent special stat, Surf, yeah, one-shot. So, let's move on. And while we're in Saffron, let's go ahead and wrap up business here and take on Sabrina. The biggest question is, are we going to outspeed her Kadabra or any of her Pokemon? The answer, yes. I misclick Rest, but she misclicks Recover, and Body Slam crits Kadabra for the one-shot. Mr. Mime, Body Slam, we paralyze it, and it's fully paralyzed, 2 down. Venomoth, I don't think we'll one-shot it, we don't, and Stun Spore's what I don't want to see. Leech Life, that's not doing a lot, and we take it down. Alakazam will for sure outspeed us now. It uses a first turn Recover, Body Slam does over half and paralyzes it. It still outsped us, but we managed to knock her out. And now, the rematch with Koga. 4th try is the charm? Let's see. Well, Surf, now, one-shots Coughing number 1. Alright. Muck, don't know how much Surf will do to it. And we do about 3/4. Sludge doesn't poison us, thankfully. We're able to knock it out. And against Coughing number 2, we should be able to knock this out with Surf. We can. Alright. Wheezing. Surf. It's doing over half. It goes for Sludge. It poisons us, but it doesn't matter because we knock it out. We finally have defeated Koga. And let's go ahead and take on Blaine. Which Blaine is no challenge at all. And I should have sped up the footage even more here, but Growlithe, Surf, one-shot. Ponyta, Surf, one-shot. I think you get where this is going. Rapidash, Surf, one-shot. And last but not least is Arcanine. You'd think would withstand a Surf, but nope, still a one-shot. Crit probably mattered. Let's move on to Giovanni. And 3 hours, 1 minute, Dewgong's making some great time. I think it could finish with close to a 3.5 hour game time. But just like Blaine, Surf, one-shots Rhyhorn. Crit didn't matter. Surf, one-shots Dugtrio. Nidoqueen, Surf, and one-shot. Crit might have mattered there. Nidoking, Surf, and one-shot. And Rhydon, it's 4 times weak to Surf, and yeah, it's also one-shot. So pretty easy last 2 gyms for Dewgong. But we've got Rival 6 next. And if Rival 6 is anything like Rival 5, we might be in for a rough time. But how will our Sea Lion do against Rival 6? Let's find out, shall we? Pidgeot is the lead. Do we outspeed it? The answer? Yes. And Ice Beam one-shots. Rhyhorn is next. Surf, and we already know that'll one-shot it. Gyarados, one of the scariest Pokemon on his team. Ice Beam is doing a little under half. Dragon Rage, don't want to see that. And okay, Ice Beam was a 2-shot. Growlithe, we know is a one-shot. By the way, I say Gyarados is scary because it can resist all of our attacks and deal damage back. Alakazam outspeeds us, but Body Slam does over half and we paralyze it. We're able to knock it out the next turn. And how much will we do to Venusaur with Ice Beam? We outspeed and we freeze it. Let's go. Alright, so on to the league. 3 hours, 25 minutes in front of Lorelei's chamber. How can we do against the Ice Princess herself? I believe this will be the toughest matchup for us, just due to her having water types and ice types, and us being a water ice. Mirror match, we outspeed. Body Slam doesn't do a lot. She's going to heal up any damage we do with Rest. I continue to use Body Slam to get some chip damage, and Growl, don't want to see that. We're able to knock it out. Crit might have mattered. Against Cloyster, I'm going to use Surf. It has base 180 defense and only an 85 special, so Surf is the better option. Spike Cannon, that's really annoying to see. It's a 4-turn Spike Cannon, and we hit ourselves here. It misses because we're already confused, and we knock out Cloyster. Against Slowbro, I'm going to use Body Slam to test the damage. We paralyze it, but like Cloyster, Slowbro has a higher base defense than special defense, 110 base defense versus 80 special, surprisingly. So Surf is a better option. After a couple annoying super potions, it uses another Growl, but we're able to knock it out. Those Growls will badge boost our other stats. Jinx, Surf, and we almost one-shot it. It misses Double Slap, and we're able to take it down. And last is Lapras. I'm gonna go ahead and opt for Body Slam. It's not doing a lot, and I'm really just hoping for a Paralyze. I hit myself here. Lapras is just spamming Confuse Ray. We get a crit and Paralyze, thankfully. And Lapras is just bulky. I don't know how Surf or Ice Beam would have done to it, but Body Slam is eventually going to get the job done here. One more hit should do it. We don't get paralyzed from its Body Slam, and we finally knock it out. So, probably the toughest trainer of the Elite Four knocked out. And next is Bruno, which his Pokemon technically have a type advantage on us. I mean, fighting types moves are super effective against ice types. But all of his Pokemon also have terrible special, and 2 are weak to Surf, so I don't see this being hard at all. And let's just get right to the battle. Onix number 1 comes out. Surf, and one shot. Okay. Hitmonchan, how much will Surf do to it? It one-shots it. Alright. Hitmonlee, if Hitmonchan was a one-shot, Hitmonlee should be also and is. Onix number 2 should also be a one-shot, just like the 4 other Pokemon. Machamp will probably withstand a Surf. It does. It goes for Focus Energy. Had it gone for Submission, that could have done some serious damage, and yeah, Bruno, as always, not a problem. But we have Agatha next, who could pose a problem. And a move of ours that I'm definitely not going to be using in this battle is Rest, because if she's smart, she'll just follow up with Dream Eater. But enough talking strategy and what-ifs, let's just get right to the battle. The biggest question is, are we going to outspeed Gengar number 1? The answer, yes, and Ice Beam does about half. It counters with Nightshade, I go for Ice Beam again and knock it out, perfect. Golbat, Ice Beam, this should and does one-shot. Next is Haunter, Ice Beam, it does over half, okay. Nightshade, we're down to 100 HP, Surf knocks it out, and I have an idea for Arbok. I'm gonna use Surf just to see how much damage it does. Agatha uses a Super Potion, and then I use Rest, because Arbok is going to go for Glare, which fails. While I'm asleep, Acid hits and Bite hits. They don't do too much. Surf is able to knock it out, and all we have left is the last Gengar. Gengar number 2 outspeeds and uses Toxic. Ice Beam looks like a 3-hit KO. It then goes for Dream Eater. Ice Beam is definitely a 3-hit KO. Super Potion, and we get the Freeze. So we're able to knock it out before toxic damage builds up too much, and Agatha, even though she was a nail biter, first try victory. And Lance, I don't see him being any problem. All his Pokemon are weak to Ice, and Ice Beam is the perfect move for all of his Pokemon, but before this battle, I'm actually going to teach Blizzard because I need something that has a bit more pop against Gyarados. We also have the Champions Gyarados and the Champions Venusaur to worry about. But after having a few Pokemon that have struggled with Lance, it's going to be nice to have one that hopefully doesn't struggle with Lance. Let's find out. Gyarados leads, we outspeed and Blizzard does over half, it retaliates with Dragon Rage and Blizzard gets the knockout. And from here on out, it's going to be smooth sailing. Dragonair, Blizzard, KO. 2 down. Dragonair, Blizzard, KO, 3 down. Aerodactyl outspeeds and uses Takedown. That does kind of a lot, but Blizzard, 1 shot, 4 down. Dragonite, meet Blizzard, 1 shot. We win. Dewgong, Is it going to be able to beat the league on its first attempt? Really, to this point, the toughest trainer's been Lorelei. And, I mean, we kind of had an okay strategy for her. I wouldn't say it was, anything world-breaking, but I don't see Dewgong getting stopped by the champion. And Dewgong might be the first on the channel to beat the league on its first attempt. I don't think any others have. Let's see how this champion battle goes. Pidgeot's the lead. We outspeed and hit it with Blizzard. One shot. Alright, one down. Alakazam is next. It actually outspeeds, hits us with Psychic, and does a nice amount of HP. Body Slam is able to paralyze it and do over half. The second Body Slam knocks out. Rhydon is the least threatening Pokemon, so I'm going to use Rest to gain back my HP. Horn Drill misses because we outspeed. Leer fails. Leer Badge boosts us. I misclick Rest. Leer Badge boosts us again. Surf will one-shot it. So that's 3 down. This is going good. This is going really good. Gyarados is next. Blizzard's gonna hit it, and does over half. Leer, Bash boost us. Blizzard once again, will take it out. Arcanine is next. Surf will one-shot it, and does. Alright, all that's left is Venusaur. All we need to do is outspeed. We do. We hit. One shot. And Dewgong, you have done it. First attempt, first try victory on the Elite Four. I don't know what to say. I mean, this was a really good run. Dewgong did struggle somewhat in the mid-game, but it managed to pull off a pretty great 8-game finish. And its final time will kind of surprise you. It finishes at level 63 with a final in-game time of 3 hours and 40 minutes, which you'll see here. 5 minutes slower than Charizard. I'm going to stick it in the same tier as Charizard. Let's call it the B+ tier. And I don't know what Pokemon we're going to do next for the month of December. I was thinking maybe Cloyster, maybe Jinx. Maybe I'll see what I can get with a Sanqui run going, but, let me know in the comments what Ice-type Pokemon you'd like to see for the month of December. Do you want to see Cloyster, Jinx, Lapras, Articuno? Don't think I'm missing any from Gen 1, but as usual, thank you for the continued support on the channel. I enjoy making these videos, and I hope you enjoy watching them. And until next time, see you later everyone, and happy holidays.